Today, we're going to talk about some advice from a famous psychologist. Now, I won't say his name because I don't want to make it too easy for you guys, but let's just say he's got a big old beard and some pretty wild ideas. So, let's get right into it. First off, our boy Freud said that everything we do is motivated by our subconscious desires. Okay. Sounds pretty deep, right? But what does that even mean? Well, apparently, our subconscious is like a little devil on our shoulder, whispering things in our ear like, go ahead, eat that entire pizza by yourself, or, yeah, you definitely need that 7th pair of shoes. And we don't even realize it's happening. But fear not, my friends, because Freud has a solution. He said we need to bring those subconscious desires to the surface and confront them head on. So, if you find yourself mindlessly snacking on junk food every night, maybe take a minute to ask yourself why. Are you actually hungry, or are you just bored or stressed? Once you figure out the root of the problem, you can start to address it and hopefully change your behavior. Next up, Freud had some pretty interesting things to say about dreams. He believed that dreams were our brain's way of processing all the crazy stuff we experience during the day. But here's where it gets really weird. He also thought that every dream had some kind of sexual meaning. Yep, you heard me right. According to Freud, every time you dream about, say, a snake or a train or a giant taco, it's really just a metaphor for your deepest sexual desires. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not so sure about that one. I mean, what about people who have nightmares? Are they just secretly turned on by monsters and ghosts and stuff? And what about those weird dreams where you're flying, or you're a superhero, or you're in a post-apocalyptic wasteland? How does that fit into Freud's theory? Honestly, I have more questions than answers on this one. Moving on, Freud also had some thoughts about the concept of the id, which he defined as our primitive, instinctual self. This is the part of us that just wants to eat, sleep, and have fun all the time. According to Freud, the id is always in conflict with the superego, which is basically our conscience. So, when we feel guilty or ashamed about something, that's the superego putting the brakes on our wild and crazy id impulses. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this sounds like a recipe for some serious inner turmoil to me. I mean, imagine constantly battling between your desire to party all night and your nagging sense of responsibility. It's like having a little devil and a little angel on your shoulders, except they're both really annoying and won't shut up. So, what's the solution? Well, Freud believed that we need to find a balance between our id and our superego. We need to let ourselves have fun and be spontaneous sometimes, but also recognize when we need to be responsible and make mature choices. It's all about finding that sweet spot between pleasure and responsibility. And finally, let's talk about something Freud called transference. This is when we project our feelings and emotions onto other people, often without even realizing it. So, if you have a crush on someone, for example, you might start to see them as the perfect partner even if they're actually not that great. Or, if you have unresolved issues with your parents, you might start to see your boss or your partner as a stand-in for them. Basically, transference is like taking all of your emotional baggage and dumping it onto someone else's doorstep. Now, this might sound pretty negative, but Freud actually saw it as an opportunity for healing. By recognizing our transference patterns, we can start to understand the root of our emotional issues and work through them. So, if you find yourself constantly projecting your issues onto other people, it might be worth taking a step back and asking yourself why. So, those are just a few of the many strange and fascinating ideas from our mystery psychologist friend. Whether you agree with his theories or not, there's no denying that he had a huge impact on the field of psychology. And who knows, maybe some of his ideas can even help us understand ourselves a little better. That's all for today. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Freud? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Curiosity Caboodle for more fascinating and entertaining content. Until next time, keep exploring the curiosities of our world. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.